Hey, what's up, fam? I hope you don't mind the fan in the background. It's a little bit hotter right now, and I wouldn't be able to make this without sweating balls if I didn't have it on. But anyway, the first week of my whole thing of the following my theory of the Mashimaverse, which is obviously just a theory that with Eden Zero, Hiroshima is going to connect his series all together through maybe some form of planet-to-planet traveling. And like I said, this is just a fan theory right now. No proof behind it, just a fan theory. But anyway, so the first main character to get this week is Aoi. I think that's how his name's pronounced, Aoi. It's a little bit hard, but he seems to have been kind of a mixture of what would later come Haru and Musica. And the thing about him that the series is very different than Hiromishima's other works. Is if you've seen his his big series right now, he's has Rave Master and Fairy Tail right now. He's got Eden Zero. This guy Aoi Tsukihou is set in more of a real world setting with fantasy in it. It's very different than what Hiroshima seems to prefer, but basically this guy is the head of this magic club at his school. He ends up finding who is pretty much Plu, Hiroshima's oldest character, who he made in middle school that he puts in all of his work. And he ends up getting tasked by this principal to find his lost dog in order to keep his club from being disbanded. And Aoi seems very helpful. He seems very delighted towards helping others. He seems to like to make friends. He doesn't seem very confrontational, but he seems to have a little bit of carelessness and mystery behind him, and this happens to be part of the thing that makes him able to use magic. One of the guys in his class kind of goes over it with who was the lead female for this one shot, that Aoi is the descendant of witches that escaped the witch hunts, hundreds of years back, and he has pretty much a walk around human form, and then he has his magical form that he needs to take over and turn into in order for him to assume his actual powers. And this is a character that kind of looks like would be kind of like the prototype for Sieg and Jalal Sieg and then Jalal from Rave Master and Fairy Tail. He's got the same tattoo. He's this ranged spellcaster. And he seems to have a fight with this kind of weaponized version of a showman magician. Like, you see him on stage. He can like put people in boxes. He can throw like cards, like able to cut steel. He can catch bullets. He can do a lot of things. He can make things explode just by with his fingers. He's got a lot of strange abilities, but it was an interesting thing for the one shot, and it's very different than what Hiroshima goes for his other series. It definitely stands out. I think it was the only one that seemed to be in a more realistic setting, just more a real world with some fantasy things thrown in instead of just a whole new world made from scratch. But for the most part, it was a little bit of a fun thing. Aoi, he seemed like too much of a bland character to really hold his own series. Haru has that kind of bumpkin scoundrel aspect to him that was pretty cool, and Natsu having his straight up delinquent personality that kind of made him a little bit likable from the start in Fairy Tail. I really liked him, but it was a fun thing for him. Alright, I'm gonna wrap this one. This one is not gonna be very long because It was a one-shot. There's not a whole lot to it, but for the most part, this is week 1, and I'm hoping that this will go well up to the point where I get to Shiki. By the time I get to Shiki, it should be probably within the first little arc, maybe the ending of the first little arc for Eden Zero. So, thank you very much. Maybe check out my other content, drop a like and a comment below, and sub if you think I've earned it and are interested in this week by week project. Thank you very much. Bye.